In this video, I'll be going through the Work Together 10-3 problem from your Century 21 Accounting textbook by Gilbertson, Lehman, and Gentene, edition 10E. So all credit to them for this particular problem out of that particular text. So this problem will be doing accounting for cash and credit card sales in the same problem that we've been doing. So you can see I'm still in the same workbook as 10-1 and 10-2. And so we will start in our cash receipts journal to journalize these transactions. So page 301 is where you're at, or you can refer back to this as much as you need to. Okay, so the problem tells me that these transactions are on page 9 of the cash receipts journal. So I'll go ahead and fill in page 9 here. And the first transaction states that on September the 3rd, received cash on account from Lenny Stafford. So we'll go ahead and write his name here. And covering Sales Journal 216, and he paid $2,189.36 less a 2% discount, and that was receipt number 264. So that receipt number goes here, R264, and this would be a accounts receivable credit. So he would be credited the full amount, $2189.36, and we'll just go ahead and change this all real quick to black text. There we go. And he had a 2% discount. So that's going to be a sales discount debit. So I would just go like this, equals this number times 0.02, which was 2%. And so then your cash debit is going to be the total amount, which is the accounts receivable credit, minus the discount. So in this transaction, our two, we're going to leave the autofill alone. These two debits must equal this credit. So our debits would equal our credits, and they do. So that one is finished. The next transaction says that on September 6th, we recorded cash and credit card sales of $5,326.30 plus sales tax for a total, of $56.24. And it is TS38. And again, that means terminal summary from the sales for the day. So we don't really need to put anything in our account title. It's just, it would be a check mark, or for my ease, it's an X here. And we don't have any general debits or credits, but what we do know is that we should have a sales credit, right? And the sales credit was for the $5,326.30. And then we know that we have to pay sales tax to the government. So we had already collected $298.15 in sales tax, is what it says, for a total of $56.24.45, which would be our cash debit. And that should be these two things, $56.24.45 added together. Yes. Our debits equal our credits, so we should be good on this particular one. All right, next one, received cash on account on the 8th from Venice Cafe. So when we hear cash on account, we know that it was accounts receivable. So this will be an accounts receivable credit of $390.24. And they did have a sales discount of 2%. So this amount times 0.02, $7.80-ish. 390, oh, 390.34. I messed that one up. There we go, $7.81. That's what I should have. And then our cash debit is this amount minus the debit that we had there. These two numbers, 390.34, equal a credit. So that should be good. And this was receipt number 265. All right. The next one is the 20th. And it is another terminal summary. So we'll go ahead and put an X here. And it is terminal summary of number 39. So we got all of these cash and credit card sales, and at the end of the day we just printed this terminal summary to give us the totals, and we'll just journalize one big total for that day, right? Or week, depending on maybe how often you do this. But we had 56.24.45, and that would be sales. 56.24.45 sales credit, so increases that sales account. And then sales tax, 320.59. So our cash debit should equal those two things put together. I like to just check, make sure I didn't make a mistake. That plus that, 59.45.04 is what our book says it should have been. So that one is journalized. And the last one, the 28th, received cash on account from Washington City Schools. So since we heard on account, we got to put their name here. That's our accounts receivable, Washington City Schools. And this was receipt 266. And accounts receivable will be credited. So remember, accounts receivable is a debit balance. This pays down their balance that they owe us. And it was $1509.45. And because they're a school, they didn't have to pay sales tax because some states have certain exemptions. So this will be just entirely a cash debit right there, $1509.45. And that is the full gamut of the transactions for our cash receipts journal. And that, I believe, does everything that we were asked to do in Work Together 10.3, was just to journalize these transactions. So we're done.